true labor is not of the hand. Okay. True labor is not of the hands. Perfect. But of the consciousness of man. Okay. The supreme law of effortlessness. The thinking substance, the true source of wealth. Okay, so that is the two outline we have. Mr. Victor, thank you. So, and after this class, you should be able to come to the understanding that it's not more about effort, it's not more about energy, physical activities you do. It's more of the mental activities you do. So, you put in so much physical activity without mental energy, it exhausts you. You are tired, you are frustrated, you are angry. It's as if somebody lied to you. But the fact is that you never align with the source of creation, how things are being created. So you are not able to create the future you desire. You're not able to create the income you actually desire. You're not able to attract it because you are misaligning everything. So it actually leads to exhaustion, it leads to struggle, it leads to strife, it leads to bitterness, it leads to a lot. So, and you are supposed to be responsible to take that authority to make a difference in your financial life. So, if you are with me and you are ready for today's class, shall I? Okay. Perfect. It's going to make a lot of difference. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Um, the world still worships sweat. They still worship sweat. They still worship struggle. They still worship strife. They still worship, of course, exhaustion. That we thought that the harder you work, the harder you grind physically, the more you earn. That was what we thought, but it's actually not true. Wealth has never come from hard labor with hands, but with from alignment. Write it down. You know, very important. Wealth has never come from hard labor. Wealth has never come from hard labor with hands, but from alignment. Wealth, that's what we are talking about. The first one here, the secret of effortless wealth. The secret. The secret of effortless wealth. Wealth never comes from hard labor, hard physical labor. Wealth never comes from hard physical labor, but from alignment. So I want to show you how these things are being aligned. Because there's no amount of energy you force a corn to germinate in 2 days. You cannot. It takes a corn 5 days for him to germinate. You pray and fast, you want to rush nature, you cannot. Nature always moves in. No matter how much prayer you pray for a child to become 19 years old in 1 day, it's not possible. You allow the evolution to take place, but also apply the improvement process. So wealth has never come from physical hard labor with hands, but from alignment. So it's very important you know this. Write it down. You know, very important. The invisible hands that moves gold, comma, the invisible hands that move gold, comma, wealth, comma, riches, abundance, and opportunity. The invisible hands that move gold, comma, wealth, success, riches, abundance, and opportunity through this world does not respond to stress, strife, sweat, and struggle, exhaustion. Rather, respond to vibration of the silent frequency of your thoughts, health with faith. I'll come back again. The invisible hands that move the gold, the wealth, the success, the abundance, opportunities through this world. The invisible hand that moves wealth through this world, success, riches through this world, does not respond to stress, strife, struggle, sweat, or exhaustion. Bracket open, exhaustion. It does not respond to exhaustion. It does not respond to exhaustion. So the invisible hands that move gold, wealth, riches, abundance, success, and opportunity through this world does not respond to sweat, stress, strife, and struggle. Bracket open, exhaustion. rather responds to the vibration. Vibration, the silence frequency thought held by faith. So is one of the vibration of the thought, the frequency of thought held by faith. So you respond to a certain frequency of thinking held by faith. That's what it responds to. Responds to vibration of thought, vibration of frequency of thought held by faith. So if somebody doesn't internally believe that he's worthy of wealth, he doesn't think in a certain way, he don't do things in a certain way, that person can never experience. Because if I on my radio station right now to 105.9, I will get Inspiration FM. That is the truth, because that's the frequency it was transmitted from. Anybody that doesn't tune to that frequency can never get that particular radio station. Agree with me? Yes or yes? So definitely there's an invisible hand, there's a frequency of thought, there's a vibration that until you tune yourself to that frequency, you can never download, you can never manifest. I'll give you some strategy today that no matter how physically somebody get engaged and the frequency of thinking never align, internal thinking never align, subjection never align, objective is irrelevant. So you can send out the text, make out the call. The problem is not the activities. The activity is very important. The process is very important, but the internal, of course, value of frequency of thought does not respond. That's why I read a book that says Secret of the Millionaire's Mind. Say we live in the world of cause and effect. So the problem is never the physical activity. The problem has always been the internal frequency of thinking. Of course, I had a man that his name is Wallace Weltsler, Wallace Weltsler. This man made a weight loss. He made a statement and says, "You don't get rich by doing certain things, but by doing things in a certain way." This gentleman made a statement and said, you don't get rich by doing certain things. You don't get rich by doing certain things, but doing things in a certain way. Underline the word doing certain things and also a certain way. You don't get rich and wealthy by doing certain things. You don't get rich and wealthy by doing certain things, but by doing things in a certain way. Because if by just doing things, a lot of people do physical effort now. They carry cement, they push wheelbarrow, they struggle, they strive. The more effort they put, the more harder life becomes. Because the fact is that if the brain is not working, the hand will lead to frustration, because the brain is supposed to work first. It's always a positive mental image, a picture in your mind before you stand up and work with your hands. Your brain is supposed to, your mind is supposed to travel far within and before you travel far without. Nobody travel far within and remain still without. Wallace D. Weltsler says that you don't get rich and wealthy by doing certain things. Underline the word doing certain things, but doing things in a certain way. Underline the word certain way. So we discuss about the certain way of doing things. Certain way. No matter how I pray and fast, I bring a grain of corn and put on a tile that is solid ground or on the table. It will never germinate. But once I put it in the ground, I can never stop the germination again, because I've just done it in a certain way that enables germination, that enables productivity. So there are certain things that people do effort. You put a corn on the table, on the tile, there's no soil, there's no way to germinate. It will remain there, possibly die. But when I put it on a soil, I cannot stop the germination. It happens naturally. It flows naturally. So wealth is not external, and money cannot be earned from the outside in. That's what we do. Wealth is not an external factor. Wealth is not a product of external factor, and money cannot be earned from outside in. That's why when you go and become wealthy from outside in, it becomes difficult. Wealth is not external factor, and money cannot be earned from outside in. It should be earned from inside out. There should be a way of representing my energy. Of course, you see myself as a solution, as a value addition, person add value, contribute. I should be able to see myself that all the life I have, all the giftings, all the talent is a means to serve humanity with my product or services, giving idea, making life a better one. So wealth is not external, and money cannot be earned from the outside in. Actually, you can see the world wealthiest people are not always the hardest physical worker, where they move through life with ease. While people move through life working and struggling, poor people toil endlessly. They still sink into lack. Why? Because wealth is not wealth is a mental causation. Write it down. Note. Wealth is a mental causation. Wealth is a mental causation. Wealth is a mental causation. So it's a mental causation. And not physical struggle. and not physical struggle. And not physical struggle. And not physical struggle. Is a mental condition. So what does it mean to be for someone to be mental condition? That means you are using the mental state of belief, of intention to cause a physical manifestation. So it's me addressing the intangible thought that influence physical reality. So it's a desire, it's just like having a desire of a taste in your mind, that is mental, and your hand begin to get to the water, that is physical. That means you are feeling thirsty and your hand make the movement. You want to wee wee, your body is responding to it. Your brain tells you your bladder is full, and your body responds to going to the bedroom to go and take care of yourself. So you are feeling hungry. Your brain tells you you are feeling hungry. Your brain tells you that your stomach is empty, and your body begins to respond. So the ability to turn the intangible thought into that affects physical reality, that is mental condition. So if your physical thought is not ready and not mindseted, is not frequency tuned, so the point of accepting abundance of physical health, emotional, spiritual, material and financial wealth, it cannot work. That's why you can keep, no matter how you carry a fowl and tell him you fly like an eagle, try from that, because it's nature. Nature always produces its own kind. So, but human beings have the power to actually use our mental thinking to actually create the physical reality. How does it work? We should discuss that shortly, because the secret of effortless wealth is mental condition, whereby you no longer struggle to things, you now radiate. You don't chase things, you radiate. How do you radiate? You stop forcing things. Because most of the time you want to force growth. Forcing growth leads to resistance. That's why a lot of resistance are happening, because nature likes to take its course. So there is a thinking substance, an intelligent creative field that fuel the universe. There's something that fuel the universe that is responsible to the things we have. Write this down, not very important. Whatever form you hold in your mind, whatever form you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude, whatever form you hold in your mind, whatever form you hold in your mind, whatever form you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude, begins to form shapes and reality into, it begins to form shapes into reality. Whatever forms you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude, whatever picture, whatever mental picture you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude, begins to shape into reality. That's how it works. Whatever form you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude begins to shape into reality. So if you hold a particular form of mental picture in your mind for a long time, it begins to manifest in your hands. Whether you sign up, money, abundance, relationship, business, investment, whatever picture you hold in your mind for a long time begins to shape into reality. So whatever form you hold in your mind with faith and gratitude begins to shape into reality. This substance begins to manifest. So you cannot see somebody manifesting abundance and another manifesting lack in the same economy. That means both of them have a different mental picture and are holding their mind. Nature obeys the same law, that every seed produces its own kind. Nature, you cannot plant seed of pumpkin and then go and harvest banana. It's not possible. You cannot plant seed of corn and go and harvest palm tree. It's not possible. So you cannot plant seed of palm fruit and go and harvest pineapple or plantain. It's not possible. So nature obeys the same law, that every seed reproduces its own kind. That's what happens. So you cannot be telling me you're holding positive thoughts and your life is full of struggle. It's not good. Even though those challenges might come, but I tell the truth, it will not last. What makes the struggle last is because you are dragging your past into your present. So it sabotages all the laws, all the effort. You begin to use energy to pursue this thing called wealth, abundance, success, riches. It becomes a problem. Just accept nature. Write it down, very important. The thought is the seed of circumstances. You can put that our thoughts are the seeds of circumstances. Our thoughts are the seeds of circumstances. So I cannot be planting negative thoughts. I'm in my circumstance and harvest positive. No, I cannot be planting positive and harvest negative. Our thoughts are the seeds of circumstances. Our thoughts are the seeds of circumstances. Oh, Joseph, my brother in the scripture, actually have a dream. He planted good thoughts. Why was he strong? Why was he in pit? Why was he in Potiphar's house? It was a normal process which didn't last for a lifetime. And that process come and pass. Oh, Christ has to manifest in 30 years on earth to start the ministry, but a pass-through process. He has to go through fasting and go to wilderness, go to the mountain. They are preparing himself for the opportunity. But a lot of people don't even prepare. They lost hope. Their mentals is that life is hard, life is unfair. Those guys are telling you they never lose their mental vision. Even everybody that actually became successful, they actually those plan the positive thoughts and must succeed. That one told Elisha. Elijah told him, the day you see me, if you see me taking, you got the double fold. And actually was moving with that positive thought that I will get this double fold anointing. They were laughing and so surprised. Your master is taking away. He said, don't mind, don't even distract. Because you know why? He has sowed the seed of positive thought and he doesn't lose sight. A lot of people, they don't sow the seed of positive thought that they will succeed in any circumstance. That's why any distraction, they tell them, you say you'll be a millionaire, they're distracted. Things will not work with the distracted. This one is coming, this one are forex now, crypto, they are distracted. And everything is just, this is real estate, they distract. This one are tailoring, they distract. You are really doing your tailoring work, this one are carpentry, this one are suya, this one are kuli. Anything that is coming, you are distracted. And you just abandon what you were doing. Generally, never finish. You don't start 3 businesses and you abandon them, starting the 4th one. Every time you're rebuilding your business. You can never be successful starting all over every time. You must sit down and say, I must put up system and structure. That is a good seed. A good seed of your thoughts creates your circumstances. The bad seed of your thought creates your circumstances. So what circumstance means? The circle of where you are standing is called circumstances. That is good for the word circle of where you are standing. So whatever that circle you when you are standing, now you create them by the seeds you plant. But you can change it by doing a different thing. Stop chasing and start radiating. I will show you how to do it so that you start radiating what you want to, the circumstances you want to find yourself. See, we live, things don't just happen. Things manifest because of time, of the thoughts you have been held in your mind. So when your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, wealth cannot help but appear. Write it down. When your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, when your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, wealth cannot help but appear. Through channels you know and unknown. That's the thing. When your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, when your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, wealth cannot help but appear. Through channels known and unknown. It will not. Then when I begin to think, God, I want to be part of a community that is a business learning community. I want to do something. See what happened? Everybody that was thinking that same thing, they begin to align. That's the thing that happened. Like everybody that was thinking that I want to be part of a community that will create wealth, I want money to work for me. Everybody that will start to align, everybody needs to align. Because when your vibration of thought matches the frequency of wealth, it begins to appear. When your vibration matches the frequency of poverty, it begins to appear. When your vibration of influence begins to appear. So whatever will attract to you in your circumstance in life, it depends on the vibration of your thinking, good or bad. I say when your inner vibration matches the frequency of wealth, wealth cannot help but appear through channels known and unknown. So you have to you don't have to write this one down, but let me tell you something just to think with me. Think about your own life. Think about my own life. That how many times have you walked tirelessly only to find that the doors were closed? But how many times have you simply known something will work and it did almost effortless? That means the other person walk without the knowledge of it, and every door seems closed. But this one you know, and on the system will work, and it works effortlessly. Like you know how to cook a goosey soup, you know how to cook okra soup. You just know it because you learned it, and the thing work effortlessly. But this one now, you don't know, no knowledge, no understanding, no wisdom, no nothing. Just want to work, and as you know you work, the more the doors keep getting closed. And I always tell you that when doors close on you like that, just know that God is redirecting you to something better. Tell your neighbor. When door closes, God is redirecting you to something better. So it's not about working, it's about knowing. So how many times have you worked on something tirelessly and I find out that every door was closed? But how many times have you known something will work and you go and involve and it works effortlessly? So the problem is not about working, it's alignment. An alignment. I'm going to show you that mental acquisition is aligning everything you ever want to achieve in the physical, make it sure in your brain, and hold it so strong that no matter the circumstance you are pressing to, you're not going to lose your energy, your vibration of your thinking. A lot of people allow ourselves to work out, and why they work themselves, I will tell you the reason why many people they quit, they discourage, because they never created a mental picture of the equivalent to what they want to experience in life. Because if you create a mental picture, whatever happening to you will never be a distraction. What happened to you will be part of the process. It's not a process. So write down, very important. The purpose of knowing is alignment. And certain things, the purpose of knowing is alignment. The purpose of knowing is alignment. The purpose of knowing is alignment, helping you create a clear mental picture. The purpose of knowing is alignment command, helping you create a clear mental picture. Helping you create a clear mental picture. The purpose of alignment, the purpose of knowing is alignment that will help you create a clear mental picture with unwavering faith and a grateful action. The purpose of knowing is alignment that will help you create a clear mental picture, mental image, mental picture with unwavering faith, with grateful action. Have you not seen? The purpose of knowing, the reason why you know, is so you can align to create a clear mental picture with unwavering faith, with a grateful action. So the reason why most of us we take the action that we look and say, but you now, are you not feeling tired? They say, no, I cannot be tired because the action you are creating, you already sit down to create your 28 million, 38 million, the outcomes you wanted. So once the picture is so clear, what you want to do with money, I want to buy land, I want to do investment, I want to buy car, I want to make investment, I want to do this, I want to do that. That picture is so clear that whatever you are passing through is not even a problem. But see, somebody that not create that picture, small objection, small rejection, small abuse, small critics, small sabotage, they are really quitting. Small thing they just quit. They say, I don't have transport. So when somebody quit on his purpose, he didn't create a mental picture. There was no mental equivalent of what he wanted in his mind. So as far as you don't have that mental picture, your physical effort will just be struggle, strive, sweat. So the plan is this: why not sit down and create this mental picture and hold it so firm that no matter what is happening around you will not be a distraction. The moment you abandon the idea that money comes from toil, money comes from struggle, money comes from stress, money comes from sweat, you begin to work in partnership with the universe. Immediately you let go this idea that I must toil, I must hustle, I must puzzle, I must struggle, I must stress. Once you let go that idea, you begin to partner with the universe, because the moment you stop pushing, life start flowing. And to reach to the point, you must confront the ancient fear, the terror of letting go of struggle, and the negative mind will whisper to you, if I stop fighting, I will lose everything. That thing is a big lie. Yet the opposite is the truth. The fight itself is what keeps you poor. That's the thing. That struggle, that carrying cement, that pushing wheelbarrow, that thing where if you say you must physically struggle, that thing then they keep person poor. Because you're not supposed to. The way God created man, I told you, God created man in his image and likeness. God wants to behave like him. And the way like God, you must create mentally before you engage physically. So when you stop engaging physically without engaging mentally, it will seem that life is going to an end. But that's the beginning of life. Because when you sit down first and say, what am I going to today? What's my purpose here? What's my calling here? That's the way you're supposed to think. Every CEO enjoy their job. The job of every CEO, MD, president of organization is two jobs. They're not two jobs. Number one is the mental work called vision. They're not vision. Number two is quality relationship. They're not relationship. And all these things, see, this is the mental work. This is mental work. They're not mental. That's the mental work. I feel that I want to own a hotel, company, factory. I see that I create a picture I want it to be. And I physically talk to people, create relationship that work for me. Business partner, then relationships. So I enjoy my job. But poor man no one enjoy. You no one live that physical stress. If I let write that thing on note, maybe give you a statement to write so that maybe you go back and think about it. The moment you abandon the idea that money comes from struggle, the moment you abandon the idea, reject the idea that money comes from struggle, from strife, from toil, from toiling. The moment you abandon the idea that money comes from toiling, struggle, strife, sweat, the moment you abandon the idea, you begin to work in partnership with the universe. The moment you abandon the idea that money comes from every tireless time, I must struggle, I must hustle, I must puzzle, I must, once you abandon the idea, you begin to partner with the universe. Once you abandon that idea, partnership starts. That is where the flow starts. Once you abandon that, it comes from physical exhaustion. Once you abandon that thinking, you begin to partner with the full stop. Write it down. The moment you stop pushing, life starts flowing. The moment you stop pushing, life starts flowing. So you only push from the angle that you must create a mental picture to engage physically. If you don't create that mental picture, engage physically, no work. The moment you stop pushing, harder physical life starts flowing. So for you to reach this point, you must confront the ancient fear. That fear, God has not of fear, but of sound mind. The terror of letting go of struggle, you must confront it. The negative mind will always whisper to you that if I stop fighting, you will lose everything. Yet the opposite is true. That you must let go. So the fight itself is what keeps people poor. Write it down. The fight, the struggle, the strife is what keeps people poor. The fight himself is what keeps people poor. The fight itself. Let me go and carry 50 bags of cement. Let me go and carry 50 blocks. Let me go and push wheelbarrow. Let me go and drill the sand from the grid. That thing with mine. Or you don't use machine. Drill that thing, come out. Don't develop forklift, lever. Mind don't create. That's why you don't build the economy by natural resources. You build the economy by mental resources. Tell anyone, neighbor. You don't build the economy by natural resources. You build the economy by mental resources. That's the thing. So once you stop pushing so hard physically, you start pushing from the alignment. Alignment is that mental must create before physically engage. If you don't mentally create and you physically engage, it will lead to anger, bitterness, struggle, strife, sweat. You're angry. I came to millionaire school 2 months now, I've not made 1 naira. Because you are thinking about this in a physical effort. It's not physical effort, it's mental effort. Every CEO, MD of a company, all of us, CEO, president of organization, we create vision. All of our vision statement, all the banks, all the churches, everybody you see, all the hotels, we have vision statement. We sit down and create a vision, a mission, core values, strategy, company organogram, how we will be in the marketing department. We sit down with our table, create it. We succeed. It's called strategy. Strategy is a military word. You win until you engage physically. Poor man don't win. They just stand up, carry keke, brum, for road. No thinking, no imagination, no alignment of thought. They engage physically. That's why they're broke. They're broke because they engage physically without mental. They want to be mental before physical. I'm repeating this like song. That in Genesis 1 verse 7. Genesis 1 verse 27. God created man. They're not created. In his image and likeness. That's what God did. In Genesis 2 verse 7. God formed man. They're not formed. Form man in of course, from the dust of the. So God did not just stand and form. God created mentally before physically engaged. It's too, the scripture is there. And I keep singing it like song, like every day. That is, I don't become, don't use a caricature. That, but I don't even mind because the repetition is the mother of learning. That God created the 3 things in Genesis. He created the creation. Then creation. Let there be light. There was light. Let there be famine. There was famine. Once He created the creation, the creatures, then creatures. He said, let the earth bring forth his kind. Let the water bring forth his kind. Number 3, God created the creator. Say creator. He said, let us create man in our image and likeness. So image of God is natural. Tell natural. Likeness of God come through teaching. Tell teaching. Tell training. Tell mentoring. So if I don't teach you to act like God, train you to act like God, mentor you, you can never be like God as a creator. So the secret law of effortless wealth is that you must mentally create before physically engage. You must mentally create. What is creating? Mental arrangement of thoughts in a sequential order of events to produce an outcome. You must mentally arrangement of thoughts. If I go out today, I must do this, I must do this. It is a sequential order of events. There must be series of events that will create desired outcomes or results. So poor people don't do that thing. And they think that life is hard. Why would not be hard? You want to start doing physical effort without mental effort. It's not going to work now. It will resist. It leads to resistance. It leads to much effort. The more you try, the more it becomes difficult. The more you try, you don't get a sign up in your brain. All of us spend money in our brain. Let me promise you 100,000. No. You don't get I will use that money. I will do this. I will do. You don't spend them for your brain. Poor people spend money on their brain. Well, they may spend money on paper. Tell paper. It's called budgeting. Tell budgeting. Telling your money where to go before the money enters your hand. Tell neighbor. Budgeting is telling your money where to go before the money enters your hand. Go and question and say, hey, if only if I have 1 million naira, I would have become successful. He's thinking in his brain, not in paper. That is called worry. Tell no worry. It leads to anxiety. Become anxious. Bible says, don't be anxious for nothing. In everything, in prayer, be supplication, ask. Go and know that. You know you want to do that thing. You know want to do it. It's already only God. God help me. God help me. God help me. God don't give you hand. Give you health. Give you time. You know, stop the guy. Now what for you? This is your brain. Tell them neighbor. You must talk to the way like it or not. Tell them neighbor. He that has brain. Sense is expected. People get brain, they don't get sense. That sense is called certificate. Tell them certificate. So poverty is when a man wants to engage physically and not mentally. It will lead to poverty. It will lead to lack. But wealth is when a man engages mentally first before physical. Design your life. Hold the picture in your mind. So strong. So let me something you need to write on your note. Very important. Write on your note. There exists a formless substance. There exists a formless substance that is responding to the frequency of your thought. There exists a formless substance. There exists a formless substance that responds to the vibration of your thought. There exists a formless substance that responds to the vibration of your thought. There exists a formless substance. There's a formless one that exists in the universe, in nature, that responds to the vibration of your thought. So whatever you are thinking, that formless substance manifests in form for you in the radar. There exists a formless substance. There exists a formless substance that responds to the vibration of your thought. You always respond to your thinking. Oh, it's like Jimny. You know, whatever you want, it will appear. So whatever you are holding in your mind, you cannot be telling me that you're a happy person, you're hurting everybody around you. See, I know that one, because hurt people hurt others. You cannot give what you don't have. Kind people give kindness. Happy people give happiness. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I cannot pour. So when somebody tells me, it's not me, it's not me, it's people. And people that come to angry with you, everybody, pastor, bishop, husband, wife, family member, you're having issue with everybody. You are telling me it's not me. There's something wrong with you. You are the only factor. You are the common factor in all the circumstances. So you must sit down and let go some certain things. See, poverty is not your birthright. Tell your neighbor, poverty is not your birthright. You don't go from Fogero. Yeah, it's why arrogant there. If you're not there, poverty is tired of you. Let it go. Start doing what the rich people are doing. All of us that buy big cars, live houses, help people, pay people school fee, pay for house rent, support people. We are thinking of, but Dangote is bringing value, cement, sugar, salt. He's contributing. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, all of us are contributing. What if poor man can contribute? You know what? He's looking for 8, 10 or 8. Even one. So he sit down and wake up in the morning and say, that is, how on earth, with the infinite abundance God created, you wake up, so like I said, what are you going to help someone at the near? I'm going to help Linus, then a Linus. I like. So, my guys, I don't understand you. Okay, let's begin to engage. Read this book now. Mental engagement will run. Fools hate knowledge. What did I say? Proverbs 1 verse 22 says, fools hate knowledge. Fools, they hate it. They hate mental engagement. They hate it. They hate it with their mind, with their heart. With see. Now say that he that walk with the wise will be what? Wise. Proverbs, of course, 18 verse 20. The companion of fools will be what? Destroy. Who is a fool? People that hate knowledge. When somebody hates knowledge, is what? Very big one. Hosea 4 verse 6 says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. My people, born again, Christian, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Next statement says, because they rejected knowledge, I, the Lord, have rejected them. That is, because they gave mind, say they don't want knowledge. Even me, God, I don't want them. So the only thing where God says, I don't want, people don't want knowledge. Because you've been enslaved with society, circumstances. I want to create your own economy inside any economy. Be in charge. Say, I'm in charge. That's what he's begging for the church. Say, I'm a success. You can do better than that. Say, no, I'm a millionaire. So they say there's a formless substance that always responds to the vibration of your thinking. So stop thinking negative. Tell your neighbor, don't say anything negative about yourself. You don't want to become true. Don't say I'm poor, I'm broke, I have sickness. Don't say those things now. But once you keep saying it, the universe begins to form it for you. So there's a frequency. A clear mental picture of abundance impresses the substance that causes the manifestation. Gratitude keeps you connected to the infinite source of abundance. Action, guided by faith, gives the invisible substance a channel to flow through you. So you also be a channel of abundance. Say, I'm a channel of abundance. I'm a vessel of honor. So when you align your thoughts with this faith instead of fear, you walk with joy instead of duty. You step into the currents of effortless wealth. Then walk transform from toil to expression. If I write this one, you know, very important. When you align your thoughts with faith, what is faith? Accepting as true belief, trusting belief. When you align your thoughts with faith instead of fear, I'm afraid. What if I wrote the contact? Nobody say yes. Just let fear grab you. When you align your thoughts with faith instead of fear, your work with joy instead of duty, D-U-T-Y. So work is no more a duty, it's no more fine, it's no more obligation. It's like a joy. You are happy. Oh, my brother, things going to work out. When you align your thoughts with faith instead of fear, comma, your work with joy instead of duty. So I'm very happy. Everyday teaching, talking, ideas, system, structure, leverage, make impact, contribution. I'm happy. I'm excited. Can't say why. I smile every day. I'm happy. It's not more. It's not a duty. It's a job. I see it as a channel of giving to the world, making impact globally, internally, externally. So when you align your thoughts with faith instead of fear, and your work with joy instead of duty, D-U-T-Y, comma, you step into the current of effortless wealth. There's a current that flows. When you begin to see that finding 5 people to teach them to become the best version of themselves is your duty to impact the world. It's your purpose to leave the world better. Because to disciple somebody, to mentor somebody, because the purpose of mentorship and discipleship is leadership. So that is your seed. Thank you so much. When you align your thoughts with faith instead of fear, your work with joy instead of duty, you step into the current of effortless wealth. Full stop. Then work transform from toil to expression. Work transform from toil, from stress into expression. Work is expression of your beauty of God inside of you, the talent God. Work transform from toil into expression. So from trying to make a living to allowing life make through you. So you're not trying to make a living, you're trying to become significant. Life must make something through you. From trying to make a living to allowing life to make significant through you. So I'm not just going to survive, I'm going to be significant. I'm not going to be achieving, I'm going to have fulfillment. So this is what happened. Every act done with this awareness of abundance, magnetize and increase. Every moment live in certainty, strengthen your link to the infinite storehouse. Every word spoken with gratitude multiply substance. You are not here to earn, whether you are here to emanate. You are here to become resource. God is the source, you are the resource. You are going to resource what God has given to you as you are going to take it. So you no longer chase, you radiate. You no longer beg, you allow. You no longer stay. I must work to earn, but you always say, I must express my richness already within me. The secret of effortless wealth. So, imagine standing in this ancient factory. I want something today as we round up this class this morning. Don't worry, you write this. Okay, let me give you something to write so that after the story, I can close the class for today. I can just pause for today. Write it on your note. You are not here to earn a living, but here to emanate, to resource. You are not on earth to earn a living. Animals do that. They earn a living. They just live or eat to survive, You are not here to earn a living, but here to emanate, to emanate, brackets open, resource. There's something already in you that you need to outsource to the world. You're not here to earn a living, but to emanate. Let me clean this one and write it. Okay. So you no longer, comma, you no longer chase things. You no longer chase, comma, you radiate. You radiate. You no longer beg for acceptance. You allow. You no longer say, I must work to earn a living. I must work physically to earn a living. I must work physically to earn a living. Okay? But I work to express. I work to express. Okay? The richness already within me. The richness already within me. Okay? So, this is the secret of effortless success. So, our mindset change. I no longer chase, I must radiate. Radiation must come through you. There must be a resource. So, I no longer beg, I allow things to move. So, I no longer say, I must work physically, engage physically to earn a living, but I work to express the richness already within me. That is where the discovery starts. Because I told you a time with that number that even though you are born naked, you are not born empty. God deposits something in us, giftings, ideas, talents, creativity. Your own is to discover it, develop, and deploy. So you cannot discover your giftings when you don't think about radiation, when you don't think that there's something already in you that the world is looking for. So the secret of effortless success that we have discovered that there's something we carry inside that is solving a solution to the world. There's something we carry inside. There's a need to people around us. There's something we carry inside that is making impact and making contribute to the world. There's something I have inside that I need to pay attention to, develop it, to give you a time and attention. Because when you spend time in your creativity, that means you are withdrawing from your spiritual bank. When you spend time in your creativity, making impact, you will not have time to look at what your neighbor has and what he doesn't have. When you spend time working on your character, working on your behavior, working on your mindset, you're investing more in yourself. You will not even have time to jealous somebody, you become angry, know why you have sign up, you not get signed up. You don't have time because you know what is possible for your neighbor is possible for you. One of my leaders says, when your neighbor gives testimony that God has helped him do one or two things, that means God is in your, when God does something for your neighbor, that means God is in your neighborhood. Tell God is in my neighborhood.
God is in my neighborhood.
So you are the next person. Doing something for your neighbor, that means God is in that neighborhood. So you are the next person. I am the next.
I am the next.
So when your neighbor succeeds, it means it's possible for you to succeed. But when other people are doing well, that means it's possible for you to do well. It's an indicator that there's abundance existing in the world. So, and I want to give you these stories, and then we can regard of this class. You know, those times that we left the world from the agricultural age to the industrial revolution, there were men that built America, that built this machine. Okay, the men that built America, that built this machine, John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Henry Ford, Carnegie. So they built companies, industry. So they needed people to work in this factory. You know, in agricultural age, for you to become rich and wealthy, it's going to depend on the number of farmlands you can cultivate and the number of livestock you have. The bigger your livestock, the more wealthy and rich you are. The bigger your farmland to cultivate, the more rich and wealthy you are. So those men that actually married many wives, so they can have many children to help them cultivate, or buy slaves to help them work in the farmland. So this time around, we need a different kind of slaves. Slaves that will not be beaten and be toiling. We wanted the willing slaves to actually, after we must have finished with them, they will use their hand to enslave themselves and write, please, I only apply, buy me wholesale and retail me every month. So that was when they started building machines and industry. They needed different kind of people to work there. And there was some thought of vibration behind the men working with their hands. There was some thought of frequency. There was men that were thinking to rule, working with frequency of thought that we will create machines so men can work. Look at the way thinking. Other people look and say, me, I want to operate the machine. Two different worlds, two different people. One is a king, one is a subject. One is ruling, one is entitled. Please, don't in the face of men, there must be kings and subjects. There must be kings and slaves. Don't choose to be a slave for any circumstances. There's nothing good about poverty. Poverty doesn't look good in any way. Don't see. There's nothing you are putting yourself under subject. Become a resource. Think there's a frequency of thought. I put on my notes. Imagine standing in the ancient factory again, and the time you will see what others people could not see behind the machines, beyond the sweat, beyond the noise. There's a quiet feel of height. There's a quiet feel of light. Pure creative intelligence waiting to obey. Whoever dares to think differently. You realize the true labor is not with hands, but with consciousness of the mind. The true labor is not with physical engagement. The true labor is the engagement of the conscious of the mind. So a man who doesn't engage consciously will become a slave to men who engage consciously. Tell your neighbor, if you are not serious in life, I will employ you. That's what we're going to solve. Somebody is serious. Don't worry. We're going to build a company for you. So you don't want to be serious with your life. Don't you know it's more blessed to give, to pay salary, to pay people. But you can become a MD of a company. You can become a CEO. You can do better than collecting salary. You can do better. You can do better. If you're working for experience, knowledge, relationships, it's okay. Don't work for money. Money is a bad master and a loyal servant. Money must serve you. For me to serve you, you must become a master. Say I'm the master.
I am the master.
If not, become your master. So you don't tell me it's going to take care of you. So that's what happens. So we that become charged. We since there's the money, I don't know how I work for you. So because we are willing to make plans. I don't have a problem struggling, but the point is how long are we going to struggle? We must make plan because he that failed to plan to fail. Tell your neighbor, indecision is a decision. So you don't decide for money to work for you. You decided to work for money. The choice is yours. But that's what we can take to the online community. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentor will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Shalom. Bye-bye for now. So tomorrow, we'll do the next one. Thinking substance. The whole difference will be connected tomorrow. It's going to be the true source of wealth. It's going to be massive. You cannot